Hi everyone, this is Jen Healy coming back with another short 5-minute workout video for the legs this time. And I'm making these short and sweet, so it's something that you can do first thing in the morning or in the afternoon to just get like a quick reset, get some strength, some circulation, and get some flexibility back in the body, especially if you've been sitting a lot. So let's go ahead and get in the swing and start with some squats. And I'm going to show you a couple different variations based on your experience level. So I want to get at 10 and 2 with my feet on the mat and my hips dropping straight down to the center of the mat. And I can do this in a few different ways. I'm going to show you the ones with the swing in case you have any knee injury or any issues with your back where it might be uncomfortable. From there, we're going to walk it wider to 9 and 3, and we're going to use the leg loops in our hands, and we're going to do these tiny little pulses. So you're not coming up very far. You want to keep your legs engaged the whole time. And what you want to do is keep your knees nice and wide as you press straight up and down. And the arms are being used for support. You can also use a bicep curl here if keeping the arms straight is too much. But basically you're using your arms and your legs simultaneously in order to get a little bit of quad strength here and a little bit in engagement with the legs. I like straight arms because I find it to be a little bit more challenging for the arms. So you can kind of get a 2-for-1 and work the arms at the same time. Or you can just do a bicep curl to help yourself lift up. So this will help you get up and out of chairs if you find that to be difficult, especially for my older friends that have trouble getting in and out of cars, things like that. But let's go ahead and come on up after doing 10 or as many as you can. Usually I say just keep going until your quads feel like the burn and feel the fatigue. And then we're going to skip the swing and go right to our handholds. And now these ones are going to be a little bit harder. So we're going to increase in difficulty as we go along here. And I'm going to keep it short. I'm going to keep it to 5 minutes, even though the instructional video will be a little bit longer. Since I'm talking so much, you can do these quick and on your own after you get it down. But in this pose, my body is going straight up and down. My head is not jotting forward. I'm pushing my butt forward and my hips forward, and that's going to open my knees wide. It's going to be a much more challenging experience this way. And I'm just going to pulse. I'm dipping and staying low, and I'm pulsing. The idea is you just stay low. That's the workout. Okay, if you find that to be too difficult, you can actually hold on to the top of the leg loops and use a little bit more of a bicep curl and half legs, half arms to lift yourself up. Okay, of course you can do these squats, which I call sumo squats, without the swing, but it's nice to get the alignment and the support by holding on. Okay, so I usually just do these until I can't do anymore, really squeezing the glutes, pushing the hips forward, keeping the crown of the head directly towards the sky, and my arms are strongly engaged. All right, so I usually like to do this for about 30 seconds to a minute instead of counting to 10, but just see how many you can do. And then when you come up, just give it a little shake it out, because they should be very engaged now. Okay, let's go into some lunges. So back into our sumo squat. If you just stayed here and did these ones, then we're going to heel toe our feet to 12 o'clock on our mats. I'm going to stay holding on to the swing for this version. I'm going to go ahead and step my right foot back really nice and wide. So I'm hip distance with my feet, as wide as the mat, and now I'm going to do my lunges. I'm really focusing on the quad, but also the hip flexor coming all the way up into my core, and I'm keeping this nice long line of energy where the crown of the head points towards the sky, and I'm dipping down and helping myself lift. The idea is we can do way more of these with the support of the swing with proper alignment, so there's less chance to injure yourself, okay? And you're pulsing with the breath, really engaging the legs. The arms are just there for support. If you don't want to use any arms, that's okay too. Just stay holding on or keeping your arms open wide so you can keep your balance, okay? So we're just going to keep going until we really feel the burn. Usually a minute will do. You can start out slower and build up to doing more. That's totally okay. Awesome. So after about a minute, I'm going to lean back change sides, step back with the right, with your left, my right, and I'm dipping again. So I'm really working the quad here. I'm pressing through the legs to lift up, and I'm lengthening through my hip flexor and my psoas, my belly, all through the front of the belly, the front of the spine, and keeping the crown of the head towards the sky. You can keep the back leg straight or bent depending on how deep you want to go in the process. So try both and see which ones you like. And just use a little bit of arms here, mostly legs, and 1 minute will do it. You'll start to feel it's a different muscle group than the sumo squats. Just keep going with the legs. Usually people don't think that you do a lot of legs with the swing, but you really can. And then after the last one, go ahead and come back. Maybe a little supported back bend to neutralize the spine. Always feels good. And then we're gonna do 2 more. We're gonna do rowing, and then we're gonna do leg lifts. So let's go ahead and come back to center. From our sumo squat, we're gonna put the leg loops on our feet. Okay, on our feet, on the arches of the foot. And then from here, I'm gonna lean back, and then I'm gonna row and press. So I'm rowing with my legs. I'm pushing down into my feet strongly, engaging my hamstrings as I push in and out. At the same time, I'm kind of doing a crunch and a sit-up. So you really use your legs here. That's the whole exercise, is to engage through the hamstrings by pressing down and pulling in. And we can do this for 1 minute. And of course you can do 2 rounds or 2 sets and come back to it. I did 2 rounds for arms, but since I'm slowing it down, we're just going to do 1 round. If you want a longer workout, just repeat the same sequence over and over again. And then as soon as you feel the hamstrings lighting up, go ahead and come on out. We're gonna come to stand and switch to a down dog to do our leg lifts. This will be the last one. Pressing the swing down to the front of the hips, go ahead and come into a forward fold. Hands to the ground. Make sure that you're in a V shape. I'm leaning forward the whole time, so there's tension on the swing, so my hips are pointing to the front of the mat. We're going to go ahead and start with the left leg and pulse, pulse, and lift. So I'm working with the glute as well as the hamstring connection. I'm staying arched and pulling forward the whole time, and I'm pressing my heel towards the sky. I'm pointing my toes and still pressing. And I'm really targeting that place where the hamstring inserts into the sit bone. Getting the glutes activated at the same time. Pulse, pulse, pulse. This could be for 30 seconds or 1 minute. And make sure you stay connected to your breath. Lift through the heart. I'm also pressing the back of the head into an invisible wall in order to keep the long line of energy through the spine. And after about a minute, we're going to change sides. Go ahead and lift the right leg up as high as you can and pulse. Pulse, pulse. See if you can keep it lifted really high. Pulse. The higher you lift it, the more engaged that you will feel that connection to the glutes and the hamstring. There's so many leg exercises we can do. I'm just giving you 4 basic exercises to do every day just to get the legs turned on and activated, getting some strength, as well as working on flexibility. Stay lifted through the chest, arched and open. Pressing the heel towards the sky, the back of the head towards the sky, so the neck is happy. Long spine, pulse, feel the burn. So keep going until you feel the fatigue in the muscle. That's how you know you really got some strength going there. And after the last one, go ahead and shake it out. Happy dog, wag your tail. Stretch the back of the legs. Take your time here. After you strengthen, always stretch it out. That's how we get nice long muscles. And then we're gonna walk it forward, come out through angel wings. Repeat that whole sequence if you want to do a longer session, or go ahead and shorten that sequence by just doing 30 seconds for each one instead of a minute. Thank you so much. I'll be back with another 5-minute abs video right after this. Keep watching. You can find out more about my practice at AerialYogaPlay.com. These are the AYRx yoga swings, and I'll see you next time. Thanks so much.